What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to the podcast, Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. It's your boy, Mr. Lingo himself.
It's your boy, KJ.
Man, we episode 9. This episode 9. We 9 in, boy. I was trying to figure out how to say that in Spanish, but I forgot off the top of my head. Anyway, 9 episodes in, you feel me? We going strong, man. Shout out to the subscribers, man. If y'all don't rock with us, make sure y'all follow us on Twitter. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram. Number 2 VEC Podcast, 2VEC Podcast. If y'all got some shit y'all want to hear us talk about, send us an email, 2vegetarianseatingchicks, CHIX, @gmail.com. What's good, KJ?
Follow us on TikTok as well.
TikTok, man. He done made us get a TikTok. Boy, we finna be out here doing
TikTok.
some funny. You feel me? Nah, TikTok is where it's at. You feel me? Apparently, everybody doing that shit, so why not 2VEC? You feel me? You feel me? So follow us on, you feel me, TikTok, 2VEC Podcast. You feel me? It's all the same. You know what I'm saying?
Like, share, subscribe.
All that good shit. You feel me? All the YouTube subscribers, our Buzzsprout subscribers, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. You feel me?
Make sure y'all share it. Please share it.
Share that shit, man. Y'all be looking at. See you looking. Share that shit, boy. You feel me? Subscribe to, hit that button. It ain't that hard. You feel me?
Hey.
In 2021, I want them subscribes and them subscriptions to go up tremendously. You feel me? We're gonna talk about that later. You feel me? Does everything have to be excellent with black people? I had to put the wine down for that one. Does everything have to be excellent for black people? Black excellence.
I mean, black excellence is a thing.
That is a thing. It's a trend.
I feel like it's that we hope to aspire to, but I feel like if you're not excellent, then it's definitely a stigma or a situation where it's hard to break through if people don't see you as excellent. So, is it okay to be mediocre?
And what
I think that's the
can that be situational?
Career-wise, situational, as a creator, as a...
I was about to say mediocrity. We determined earlier that wasn't a word. Well, technically, it's not. It's with a T. But anyway, it just sounded so good. But like,
it just rolls off your tongue.
It just rolled mediocrity. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just funny.
You hear it here. You heard it first.
Facts, right? But like, so when it comes to being mediocre, right? Like, does that come? Okay, you were saying I cut you off. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So like, does that become situational then, right? And then you start naming shit. I don't want you to forget what you start naming.
No, it's just everything, right?
Okay.
So even if we look at like the film industry, we look at music, like a lot of mediocre things don't go past what they should go past.
Fair.
But at the same time, other cultures have a lot of mediocre things, or at least that we would feel is mediocre as a culture, and like their shit pop.
Okay.
So it's just like, what do we have to do, or do we just always have to be excellent? Because it's hard to be excellent all the time, right? It's hard to be on all the time. Like we have to shine, like in investments and in different ways, and then we also have to shine with the bling in front of you, and we also have to shine with a different light. Yeah. So, was that necessary? Anyway.
It wasn't, but I heard bling, so I'm like, you feel me? Nah, but see, that's a good point though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So, right. So, when is it okay to be you? I guess at the end of the day, because everyone's not superb. And I've seen over this year, except for 2020, I've seen so much in depth. I've seen so much personality. I've seen people get so personal that gave me a light to who they are and made me want to like follow. Like, oh, okay, that's why I follow you. That's why I like you. It's not like you, like behind who you are, and you're not this star all the time. You are a mediocre person. You do have some of these things that I also share with you, and I can relate to that. So for me, it's like, as black people, I think that what we do is we aspire to be great, and that we skip the mediocrity
right
of the entire thing. So we miss the journey. We miss the brand, and we miss everything that comes along with that path. And when you start shining as a star, and it's like, oh, let me catch up. But then by then it's kind of like, why weren't you with me for this entire journey?
So here's my thing. Like, there's never been, and not even to get too personal, but for me, there's never been a push to even be excellent, right? So there's never been like, you got to get straight A's. You know, you gotta join a club at school. You gotta play a sport. Like, all of that shit. I made decisions on my own. So like, I never felt the need to be like number one or number two, like, in high school or elementary school, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe because it wasn't pushed on me to have to be excellent, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of that shit was like self-discovery, right? So like when I asked you earlier, like, you know what I'm saying, it does come with everything, you feel me? But like, I feel like even excellent people have to have some sense of mediocrity, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have to have some sense of like, I'm still human type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, they do, and I'm not saying that they don't. What I'm saying is, we don't get on board until they're just showing complete star power, right? So like, let's think about something.
Okay, yeah, because the journey thing. Go ahead. Yeah.
So like, although you never aspired to be the greatest point guard or the greatest shooting guard, or whatever you played in high school, you never aspired to be the number one student in school. Mm-hmm. Like, those representations were still around you.
They was.
Right? And it was still like, oh, strive to be excellent. Oh, strive to be your best. But like, and that's a great message for everyone. But at the same time, it's kind of like, as a black person, it just kind of feel like an extra pressure, right? So I'll just mention that, like, it's not on you then, but because you have a daughter, it's definitely on you now, right?
Right.
So the excellent, but it's not even for you, it's for her, right? To see what it's like to have an excellent, or a guy who is like, shows his representation or a character of such excellent of greatness, right? And what I feel like, what I try to show my daughter is the greatest expectation, but I also have to remember that, like, this is a journey, this is a process. And so those little moments that people like to think about, like, oh, well, it's kind of like you have to show kids this and you have to show kids that. Well, me spending, like, when they make it a focus of spending time with your kids, right? And it's just like, you spending time with them doesn't show them daddy's excellent in every moment. What you're doing is showing them that, like, look, daddy made mistakes, daddy was hurt, daddy done this, daddy done that, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I got through it, things got better, we achieved the greatness, and we maintain a certain type of stature because of who we are. We're the Joneses, or we're the Thompsons, or we're the this in the world. And so, as a star power, I felt more connected with most stars that I saw their journey, right? And so, like, we'll go back to...
And you just touching on from what you was able to see this year, 2020.
No, I mean, we can say 2020, but just me in general, right? Like, like, I try to look for art. We'll say music, right? I look for artists who are not generally popping. Like, you got a bubble, right? So, like, we'll say, like, Nipsey Hussle. Like, I was listening to Nipsey Hussle way before this Victory Lap album, right? Now, when I listened to the Victory Lap album, I'm like, oh, that shit is definitely amazing, right? But I can still, like, reference and go back to when he began with the Slauson Boys and all that other shit. And so it's just like the whole thing. And so, like,
name dropping.
Fair. So even if we say like Kendrick Lamar, right? I got on Kendrick Lamar when Kendrick Lamar was hot. I went back and discovered who Kendrick Lamar was, and it was like, oh shit. And so to me, it just questions like, what if I've been on that journey the entire time of him? How much more of a fan would I have been? Big Sean is one of them. Whenever Big Sean dropped anything, I've been rocking with Big Sean since mixtapes. Bro. And the same way for Kanye West, right? Just being from Chicago. And so when he did all this crazy shit, it actually hurt me because of the fact that mixtape Kanye and behind the scenes, like, all these weird ass stories, and before you even got to Jay-Z and all, like, I was fucking with you then, and now I didn't fuck with you all the way to now you're star power, and it's just like, it's just great to see that growth. And so so that's when it just comes to being like mediocre and normal. Speaking of mediocre and normal, we'll switch into movies, right? I felt like
here we go.
I felt like
here we go. Like, talking about.
We were talking about what is it, Sylvie's
story.
Sylvie's story, right? And the photographer, right? And how they have different writers, right? And how personally being a fan of
the photograph. Yeah, Sylvie's love of the photograph.
Okay, and so like personally, I love the photograph for the writing, and for I like Lakeith Stanfield too, though.
That's true. I fuck with him.
But yes, I love Issa, but I also love Tessa. Anyway,
just so lovely to stare at on camera.
It is.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, sorry, we just had a moment.
Yeah,
Black excellence.
Anyway, moving back to what I was saying. I gotta get back on track. Oh shit. Boy.
Threw you off, boy.
Hard. Okay, the photograph. I felt more. It was more intimate than
Sylvie's Love.
I felt like it was, and I don't even know if it was the actor's fault or if it was the writer's fault. But I just felt like it was mediocre compared to the photograph. I felt like the writing was better. I felt like the acting and the love part and the connection that made me draw into the photograph, for me, was a lot better. And
so here's the thing with Sylvie's Love. Now I ain't, cause your perspective is your perspective. You feel me? But what I got from Sylvie's Love was it was like something that you can argue began as like a tempting kind of thing for Sylvie. But then when she started to like get to know him, you know what I'm saying? What was his name? I can't remember his name. The sax player, I'm just gonna put it that way. Once she started to get to know him and like, you know who he was, whatever, he let her know off the jump that he had an interest. You feel me? He knew from the moment he saw her through the record shop window that he had an interest. You feel me? And
not really. He played it, but okay.
He did. He stared at her for a nice little minute through that window. Like when you stare at somebody like that mean damn sure they bad.
She dazed off into the damn TV.
Right, but he just saw what he saw. Whatever that was from his perspective, he saw what he saw. But for me, it was like I looked at it like it can come off as not being like in depth or genuine. We just talking about they love and affection that they have for each other, because it was almost like a restricted area for her. Like she was engaged, so she wasn't supposed to be technically fucking around with nobody anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? So she had to learn that, like, you feel me? Wow, I never, because her homie who she was messing with was in like the war or overseas or some shit like that.
Yes.
So like they never displayed how long they were like together. They just let it be known that.
Well, no, they said it. She said that they kind of, it was like a debutante situation. It's kind of like you go to like a dance and it's kind of like, these are the presenters and these are the other group, and like whoever you match up with, kind of. So he basically like swept her off her feet in a sense, because like if you remember when he walked her home, he hit her with the shit. Whenever where I'm from, you take a girl on a date, it's typically a kiss at the end. Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And she wasn't even finna be on that. And then like he was about to like walk away. You feel me? That she hit him with something. I can't remember what she said. But he ran up on her quick, like, you feel me? Let me get that about you. You know what I'm saying?
I think she said, like, technically this is kind of a day.
Right, so she broke it down, like, technically this is a day, woo, whatever. We went out, you know what I'm saying? So she kind of, like, he drawed her into that love, like, you know what I'm saying? Where she technically didn't really have a choice, because either she forgot what that felt like because Buddy ain't been what he was supposed to be for such a long time, and it's somebody showing her interest.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, oh shit, I'm finna see what's to this then. You know what I'm saying? Then that led to, you feel me? But I can see how, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the writing is different and like it just comes off a different way, et cetera, et cetera. But I thought it was good, and we could get more in depth into it. But like, how does that correlate back to excellence?
I personally don't think that it was excellent.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah.
I think that it was pretty mediocre.
It was mediocre. Did it need to be excellent?
And so that's the question. That's why it was the question. That's why it was in my head, because it's like I should just be excited about this romantic relationship revolved around black love and nothing else.
Fair.
Right? And the gives and the takes and the sacrifice and what they tried to display. Mm-hmm. But I think for a brief moment, I was just so caught up in comparing it to other movies that it was kind of like, oh, this isn't as great as this was, or this didn't catch my eye like that was. And so I think for me, it kind of took away from enjoying a movie as a whole, which means I need to go back and rewatch it because I need to enjoy the movie as a whole.
That's fair. No, it's fair. I definitely want to watch it again. So
but I would say that in the photographer, what's the difference, right? Like photograph. you got the photograph.
You go. I got you.
You got some chick who doesn't really want to be bothered, but who ends up being swept off her feet by this guy, and then he ends up chasing her. It's kind of like this. I mean, we all know the same love story. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day,
pursuit.
He ends up leaving her just to come back, and it's kind of like a whatever. We're not even going to talk about it because that's not the point of this conversation. So yes. So I think I deserve not deserve, but Sylvie's love deserve an apology from me because I definitely judged her hard, and I definitely felt like
you gotta watch it again.
It should have been a lot more in depth. But like, yeah.
So are you saying? And I know you broke some shit down earlier. Are you saying everything we do as Black people have to be excellent?
No.
Okay.
I'm actually saying that as Black people, we should be okay with accepting great content. And it was great for what it was. It was great for what it was and what it was supposed to be. But to me, it didn't reach a certain level of excellence. So, but it's okay to be not as excellent as it should be, and to just enjoy things as they continue to bloom and grow. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing...
Now, would you add that? Would you put that same concept on an individual's life, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to see you bloom and be as great as you can be at the end goal, and I would still support you in the beginning. Like, I buy from a lot of local brands.
Right.
But like,
can you still be excellent in doing that?
Can I be excellent?
No, just in general. Can you still be excellent in being?
I think that depends on what we consider excellent.
Okay.
At the end of the day, like I said, if I buy from a local brand, right? Like one episode I had like a exclusive Chicago brand, right?
I remember that.
Right, and so like if that person who made that brand was to be on Forbes or was to be on like to do like Louis Vuitton creation or anything like that, like I would definitely rock with that. Like I would be I was like, oh yeah, like, and I would be like, oh, I supported this person when they pretty much was not blowing up.
That's fair.
And it's a lot of creative people that I do that with. Like it's just like a lot of my clothing and stuff come from local or underground, I would say, designers. Like I got a Nigerian piece coming. I'm gonna drop it because he recently was dropped in like a Vogue magazine as like a top person. So whenever I get that shipment, buddy,
shout out coming. You feel me? Shout out.
Yeah, I'll definitely go shout him out because it's an original piece, and he was pretty fair, and he's from Nigeria. So, but he's like a leading artist or a leading designer now whose name is starting to pop. And it's great. It's just great to support people like that, in my opinion, to be on that ride. But I know that sometimes I cheat that ride when it comes to movies.
Yeah, so I mean, personally, and we can hop to the next topic, I don't think that everything we do as Black people need to be excellent per se, but I do feel like certain things and certain ventures that we, tackle or take on in our lives, if we are passionate about that, if it's something that we really want to do, I do think that we should strive for a certain, greatness or whatever that looks like for us as individuals, you know what I'm saying, without moving too far away from who you are as a person, like, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, that's all I'll say on that, you feel me? If y'all got some other comments, shit y'all want to add, like, share, subscribe,
want to argue about it,
you feel me? Yeah, you already know how we coming. But speaking of, you know what I'm saying, just 2020 is about to be over. You feel me? Literally, after tomorrow, it's gonna be a new year. So new year, you know what I'm saying? Any future plans? You want to talk about life shit, podcasts, etc. What we got cooking, what you got cooking. You know what I'm saying? What you looking forward to? You know what I'm saying? In the year 2021, we might as well talk about it because by the time we drop this, it'll be 2021. You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me? So
Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah. Happy New Year. You feel me? 2021 in this bitch. You feel me?
It would be what I have. I mean, we got some things coming.
We do. I'm very excited about the continuation of Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. Again, it's that journey, and people will get to see who have been rocking with us since we started. Episode 1. Now we in episode 9, you know what I'm saying, and still on season 1, you know what I'm saying. Next year, obviously, we'll be shooting season 2, and like whatever that comes, you know what I'm saying. But it'll be interesting to see where we envision ourselves being in the future, whether that's 2021, 2022, whatever the fuck, this weird counting up like that, you know what I'm saying, being from 88, you feel me? So it's just like interesting. But anyway, no, so yeah, I'm excited about the podcast, you feel me? Then other, ventures that we got going on a production level. We don't say too much on it, but like, I'm excited about it, you feel me? From a collaborative effort, you know what I'm saying? I'm super excited about it, and I'm super excited about, working with different sponsors for the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Having different guests on, you know what I'm saying? We've been blessed so far to have the 2 guests that we have had, and I'm looking forward to people wanting to hop on and and get in the wave, 2-back wave, you feel me? Yeah. I don't know about a personal level yet, you feel me? But I'll let you
think personally what we trying to get people more personal content, right?
Yeah, which is what we started doing today.
Show them more of who we are, not even as individuals, but as a collective and how we mesh. I think that's a great journey forward.
Fair.
For people to experience with us. So yeah, we definitely gonna be doing some interesting things.
Yeah, it's been dope. Like shooting each episode, learning from it, watching it, editing it. You know what I'm saying? Putting it out there, getting to see what people think about it, this and that, feedback. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all a process. You know what I'm saying? But I'm excited about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. Because if y'all go back to the first episode, we talked about that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? We want people to, vibe with us and get to learn who we are as individuals. You know what I'm saying? Et cetera, et cetera. You feel me? But yeah, bro, and see, it's funny. We just talked about Black excellence, but I don't want to look at, you know how it is, man, in the world in general. New year, new you, what you finna do, you feel me? What's going on? What's popping? Like, you know what I'm saying? For me personally, bro, like I know there are certain things in my life that I haven't reached my fullest potential at doing. I know that personally for me. So I really look forward to just really buckling down and trying to reach my fullest potential. That doesn't mean that shit gotta be excellent. It just means that I know I haven't reached my fullest potential at certain things, and I know I haven't given my all into doing that. So I'm excited to do that type of shit.
I think it depends on what you consider excellent, but at the same time, because if it's excellent for you, then it is excellence.
Right.
Because my opinion of excellence will never match yours.
That's fair.
But I just feel like as long as there is a personal journey that people can latch on to, and that they can like grind with, I think like that's a big part of excellence. So like some of the content we have coming, 2 Men in the Kitchen.
Yes, that's happening. That's happening.
That's the thing, 2 Men in the Kitchen. So stay tuned for that. Which is a different form, and how we switch it up and how we're gonna, go on this journey. Whether we're gonna work out or whether we're just gonna be like cooking, and whether we're gonna do like different things with you guys, just to give you guys some idea of who we are. And you can see personalities come through that point as well. So that's another form of like not excellence exactly, but for us and where we are in our stage, that's excellent.
That's fair.
And growth is always it's always the thing. So to continue to grow and to change things up and to be better than what you were last year is an excellent form, right? It's never a point of where you're not excellent to yourself, but it's just the fact of, I guess, living up to other people's excellence expectation.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit.
Because we say that, but at the end
of the day, and I intentionally hope that I have stopped doing that for not even just this year, but just in general. I feel like I had that on my membrane like a long time ago. Like just not trying to live up to people's expectations.
But so like I said, like it looks different, right? So like I mentioned earlier, right? The flex is different if you're from different cultures, right? Like so if you're Black, the flex may be like you might have to have the Benz outside and the Jaguar or whatever, or the nice house.
Shit,
but like at the same time, you can be wearing something basic and it could be like $1,300.
You feel me? Motherfuckers never know. You know
right?
What I'm saying?
Because you either don't know about it, and so because you don't know about it and it's not popping where you are, to them it's not excellent. But at the same time, it's just like, well, if you knew how much this cost, then you wouldn't be talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it depends on what excellence means to you.
That's fair. 2021, I got dibs on all that shit. You feel me? These crew necks available. You know what I'm saying? For 30, holla at me. You feel me? In Lingo, Chicago. Follow me. You feel me? Little plug. You know what I'm saying? But 2020 though. What has it taught you, man? If anything, you know what I'm saying? 2020 has been unforgivable as year. A lot of forgetful things that I want to forget personally, you know what I'm saying, and worldwide, that we probably won't ever forget. But what has it taught you, if anything, you know what I'm saying?
So I'm a positive person. I see all the positivity in it, and I saw that working from, I really, so before 2020 hit, I was rarely working from home. Well, I was never working from home, but I was always out and on the go. And so the biggest thing that it allowed me to do is to actually bond and spend time with like my little family. And so yeah, and so that was a great thing to just always have my daughter there and to see how she learns and how she you know manipulate things and how persuasive she is as a toddler, in a nice word, because she's very manipulative.
Yeah, no, that's good. No, that's fair. That's fair.
You definitely see the traits now, and it's just like, oh, that's some very like, oh boy, that I see definitely that.
But they get it from us though, which is funny.
Oh, they mamas. But anyway, she get it from my mom. But at the end of the day, I've been, I'll say, blessed to experience that and see what that looks like. Also to collaborate and to mend a lot of relationships. I felt like I've done my piece and I said my piece. So every relationship that I felt like I was broken, I was able to partially mend, or at least I said my piece, which allowed me to have peace at the end of the day.
That's fair. Yeah, because you don't want to keep walking around with that shit.
Yeah. And it was always like, when is it going to be the right time? But then everybody's dying, so it's just like, well, it doesn't matter now. Now I got to do my part.
Yeah. And it's crazy, like, I think at a glimpse of how 2020 started and how it automatically, like, from the jump, straight out the gate, started to impact us as, like, mankind and human beings or whatever. Like, we immediately became affected by 2020. And so for me, like, I looked at it and it taught me that, like, and I'm not finna sit here and be like, life is short and whatever, however you want to look at that shit, For me personally, yeah, you know what I mean? For me personally, it just really taught me to, just like stop making excuses, you know what I'm saying? For a long time, on a personal level, from a production standpoint, there used to be so many things that I like, wanted or needed or complained about that I didn't have, and I couldn't do this or I couldn't do that or I couldn't do this or couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And looking back on some of the things that I did used to have, like, okay, I'll use my laptop as an example. I used to have this fucking ThinkPad. And I still got another ThinkPad, which is funny because I got another ThinkPad after that old ThinkPad. And I'm telling y'all, I used to DJ off this ThinkPad. I'm sorry right now for all the people who didn't know that these things are happening, but I still rock y'all damn events. You feel me? Like, I used to DJ off this ThinkPad laptop, and like at one point I had like just things that you couldn't foresee until they happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember being on one event. This was a minute ago, but I remember being on one event, and the cord had a shortage in it, but it was a Christmas party, and these people were so lit that like they wasn't really paying attention. Like, you feel me? It'll like go in and out, and then I was like triggering it in a way to where like I can like catch it before it like go out before anybody would like notice, and then the music would come back in. It was crazy, but like just those little type of experience that I used to like appreciate, and it made me learn from like, bro, use what you have. Like, you know what I'm saying? You talking about what you ain't got and this and that, but use what you have. You know what I'm saying? And I used to make those excuses all the time, but I was still using the shit that I had to like stay afloat and make money and do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? But when I hear KJ talk about his daughter, you know what I'm saying, I think about my kids. You feel me? I got two beautiful little girls. You know what I'm saying? And they never knew any of the struggles that daddy used to go through. You know what I'm saying? Until they got old enough, like my oldest, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I talk to her about certain things, you feel me? Because she get a lot of her personality. It clearly shows that it comes from me, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, now I'm able to have a conversation with her, you know what I'm saying, about certain things. And you feel me? My daughter old enough now where she'll tell me straight up, like, Daddy, is there some point where you can like stop editing this, or come play a game with us, or come spend some time with us, or this or that? And I love that. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I can't get mad at that. This is my daughter asking me to spend. I'm not gonna make no excuse in this moment and be like, nah, baby, daddy gotta like, nah. When they come at you like that, direct, you just gotta drop everything you doing. Like, all right, okay, here, let's go. It's film. You know what I'm saying? So just for me, 2020, man, I don't want to make no more excuses, man. I want to get back to my, you feel me, my slogan I used to have a long time ago: all gas, no brakes. Shout out to my brother Ace Boogie, you feel me? He know what I'm talking about, you feel me? Check this podcast out too, boy. But anyway, yeah, man, 2020 has been crazy, bro. Like, and I'm just ready to, keep doing what we doing, keep grinding, keep building up this, brand, and keep, you feel me, going crazy. That's all.
Fair.
That's all for me, man. You know what I'm saying? yeah, man, let us know some of y'all, you know, I wouldn't call them resolutions or whatever, like, you know, just what does 2020 taught y'all, if anything, you know what I'm saying? How y'all want to handle 2021 differently, you know what I'm saying? And it's showing every day though, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, ain't shit promised to nobody, you know what I'm saying? And we hear that shit before, you know what I'm saying? We used to hear that, like, I remember that when I was a shorty, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got to get on our own personal grinds, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Anything out there y'all passionate about, y'all always wanted to do, like, go do that shit, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, look at that. I like that speech.
Real shit, man, you know? You know.
Facts.
Anyway, man, follow us, you feel me, on Twitter, IG, you feel me? 2VEC Podcast, number 2 VEC Podcast, you feel me? TikTok too. I'm gonna have to start saying that now. I gotta put it in my brain that we got a fucking TikTok. You know what I'm saying? But stay forward, stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? We finna. Ooh, timer went off. Hey, stay tuned though. You feel me? We finna drop some TikTok stuff on y'all that y'all gonna be like, hey, they raw here. Anyway. Yeah, man, if y'all got something y'all want to hear us talk about, you know what I'm saying, shoot us an email to vegetarianseatingchicks, CHIX@gmail.com. We will get back to y'all. We love y'all. Shout out to the subscribers, you feel me? 2 Vegetarians Eating Chicken. It's your boy, Mr. Lingo himself.
It's your boy, KJ. If you want to guest, star, whatever you want to do, shoot us
we
an
definitely
email
need some more guests on the
Yeah.
show. We looking for y'all. We got a dope lineup for 2021 too, you know what I'm saying? But the more the merrier, you know what I'm saying? We finna keep going with this, you feel me? We finna be traveling with this shit. We ain't gotta remind y'all that we are a traveling podcast, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? So we finna be moving, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, you feel me? We love y'all. Peace.
Shawty, get the paper.